Hi guys, so I want to talk to you about your corporate jobs. Maybe you're not doing a corporate job, you're doing some other job. A job that you hate, a job that you're just doing to earn money, but you feel like it's sucking the life out of you and you're not sure how you can keep doing it. It's just destroying you. So I want to talk to you about some things that can help you to keep going when you're in this scenario. So you want to have a plan for yourself, an exit plan. So on my channel, I help people understand how to trade the stock market. Perhaps you're just going to invest in stocks. Just it can be more of a passive thing, and it will still provide you with an exit plan from your corporate hell job. Investing will take a long time, but do you want to be someone who's working in your corporate job in 10 years' time, or someone who's free from your corporate job in 10 years' time? Those 10 years are going to go by either way. You're going to get there. You're going to go through those 10 years. And at the end of those 10 years, you're either going to be Sarah or Marilyn that still works in her hellish corporate job, or you're going to be someone that's took control of it 10 years ago and freed herself from it. So I've talked in some of my other videos about the types of returns you can get from the stock market and how long it will take, literally how long it will take for you to become a guaranteed millionaire by planning your own wealth building journey. So there is a way out of it. You just have to make a plan, a financial wealth building plan for yourself, and stick to it with complete discipline. When you've got that plan in your head and you know that it's not going to be forever, that you're in this corporate hell job, it helps you to keep going. The office politics and all the garbage that goes on, all of the, the men that take credit for your work, or all of the dick measuring that goes on in meeting rooms where they're, competing with each other to get promotions and things, and you're not even considered because you don't have one of those, as a woman. All of that garbage that goes on that annoys you, you can just have it in your mind that you've got an exit plan and you are going to surpass them. These people will not matter to you in 10 or 20 years' time. They are just going to be distant memories. You're going to be free from your office job. You're going to be free from your corporate job or whatever job that you've got once you're a millionaire. And you're just going to look back and laugh at the things that used to go on. So some things that can help you on your journey as well. I just want to talk about these. So I've been there in all walks of life. So I used to have a central London job, working in the city, getting on the train every day. And I'd pop into Costa Coffee and get a latte in the morning and a croissant, which these days it probably costs you about, I don't know, £8 every day. Or it could, in those days, I'm sure it was like £4 or £5. And that was about 10 years ago. So if you're one of those people that is doing this every day, it's working out to be a lot of money. I'm just going to tell you what the calculation is right here on my laptop for how much you're going to miss out on later in terms of wealth and growth. The compound interest calculator. Let me just pull it up for you. So let's say you're spending £5 a day. And you're missing out on wealth building of a rate of 15% from the stock market. That's an average rate that you can get on the stock market, 10 to 15% a year. And let's say it's going to go for 10 years, you're going to be buying a coffee and a croissant every morning in the city before you go into your job. Ready? Let me see now, hang on. Deposit amount, daily. Can I do daily? I can't do it daily. Hang on. I'll work it out and I'll put a little note on the video for you. I'll tell you how much it's going to cost you in the long run. So the general point is that you want to be, if you're in this hellish corporate job, okay, and you're putting up with all of this garbage from these people that you hate, from your boss that's an asshole, they're expecting you to do 20 hours worth of work in 10 hours of paid time, this type of thing. In order for you to deal with all of that, you have to make it know that your money is going, the money is being used in a smart way to build your wealth, to build an escape route. So if you're spending your money on coffee and croissants in the morning, and then you're buying lunch and that's costing you a tenner, over a lot of, a long period of time, that is going to cost you an absolute fortune. And it's money that you can be putting towards your escape. So my suggestion to you is to not buy your croissant and coffee in the morning. Have all of it in your mind that you are living for a time where you're never going to have to deal with this again in your life. And, at the end of the day, what do you want more? Do you want a croissant and coffee now, every day, in your hellish corporate job, and to have to do that corporate job every day for the rest of your life until you retire? Or do you want to just bring a coffee or have a coffee at home, bring a croissant with you that you bought from Tesco, bought a multi-pack before you started work for the week, bring it with you, and then put the money into an investment instead? As I say, I am going to leave a little note for you about what these type of things might be worth over a long period of time, and you might be a little bit horrified. So you want to have your plan. You want to use your money in a really smart way. Don't be spending it on garbage instead of your plan. Always have your plan in your mind, your wealth plan, wealth building journey plan that's going to lead to an escape for you. Now, there's another thing I want to mention. So if you're putting up with garbage in your job, let's say your boss is a complete narcissist, you're working really long hours. These things are very difficult and stressful to deal with. Okay, so sometimes people can be tempted to change jobs and they think it's going to get better in another job. I've been there. I've been there again. It doesn't get better. I can tell you I've had a few different jobs. I've been in my current role for a long period of time now, because I just realized that what happens if you change jobs, the grass is not greener. You're just going to get the same sort of problems but with different people in a new job. All of the jobs are requiring the employees to work 20 hours in 10 hours worth of time. They're expecting you to do like personal work to fund the company activities. This is what's happening. In some ways, we want to use the stock market and capitalism to get rich, to build ourselves wealth, right? But if I'm honest, it's not, we have to use what's there. But in terms of the employees who are working in those jobs, morally it's wrong, isn't it? Because it's not genuine wealth for the company that's being built. It's basically free time. It's charity work on the part of the employees that have to work free overtime, otherwise they're going to get fired. So I've been there. I've been all over all of this stuff. I've got experience of all of it, I can tell you. So you might think to yourself, well, it's going to be better in another job. This is the point. I can tell you it won't be better unless you've got a really disgusting individual of a boss and you're in absolute hell. If it's just the usual office garbage that goes on, where your boss is really annoying, they're expecting you to work long hours, all of the normal things that go on, I can tell you they're going to happen in the next job that you go to. So my suggestion is, the time that you change jobs is if you feel like you're not being paid the market rate for your employee work. And this can happen to you if you stay in a job for a long period of time. What they tend to do is they just keep your pay rises down. And then finally, when you go to the market and get another job, you realise that you've been underpaid for the last 5 years. You're going to get a big rise. So if you're in one of those jobs where you're being underpaid for your activities and your experience, in terms of your financial wealth building journey, it would be a good idea for you to get another job. But my suggestion is that you don't change jobs because you think the grass is going to be greener. Because I can tell you it's not going to be greener. You get the same garbage everywhere. Same things are going to bug you in your new job as your old job. So the whole point of this video really is that if you want to escape the corporate hell that you're in, you need to take control yourself. Make a wealth building journey. I've got videos on my channel of, how much you might need to invest to literally get to the point where you're a millionaire. I'm going to link the videos in the descriptions below, the ones that I think are relevant to what I'm saying here. So make yourself a plan, write it down and commit yourself to doing it. And then the next time Tom, or, you know, whatever his name is in the office, is being funny to you, or you feel like you're being overlooked, or, you know, the men are getting promotions for doing half of the amount of work that you're doing, and for half of the experience that you've got, and for half of the knowledge that you've got and capabilities. When you can see that happening, just have it in your mind that you are escaping, and chances are Tom is going to be in that corporate job for the rest of his life, unless he's got his own plan, which is fine. But do not put your energy into Tom and the things he does to override you in the office as a woman. Just do not give that your energy. Put your energy into your own plan, your own thing that you can take control of, and start making it happen. And then the other things I mentioned, just to recap, don't spend your money on garbage. Put your money, while you're working in that hellish corporate job, and you're giving some of your soul to that job. You're doing it, you have in your mind that you're doing it to escape. You're doing it in terms of your long-term plan. It's for you. It's not for them. It's for you, for your escape, for your wealth building. So have that in your mind. And by the same token, do not spend the money on things which do not contribute to your wealth building journey. Spend the money on things that help your plan, not stop your plan from being achieved. So I hope you found this video helpful, and let's generate wealth independently together. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.